Energy Airforce aimStrike Let's Play Update 10.
Let's go over the details of your mission. We've identified numerous enemy SAM positions around the base at Poipahak. Hitting them all will be difficult. Instead, we'll focus our strikes and open up a flight route. Gargoyle and Unicorn will hit these sites and trailblaze a flight path for us through the sector. Watch your course, however. If you stray, you may run into SAM sites we haven't identified yet. Your launch time is 11:30 hours. That's all, and good hunting.
Meet the F-22A Raptor. It's no longer called F-A-22 because people have realized since then it makes for a pretty mediocre attacker. Not counting the prototype from earlier, it's our first 5th generation fighter. It is the resident air-to-air missile truck, although a lot of them have to be carried outside. This is not entirely bullshit on the developer's part. The F-22 can carry ordnance and fuel tanks on underwing hardpoints, but it rarely does so, because it's not stealthy in the slightest this way. So we're flying clean today, only using the internal weapon base. That is a problem because the only air-to-ground weapons we can fit inside the F-22 are the 1,000-pound JDAMs and the mysterious SDBs. Small diameter bombs. We can have 6 of them. There really isn't much of a choice if we want to go stealthy. Notice how tiny the pilot is relative to the plane. The Raptor is only slightly smaller than the Tomcat and the Thunder Chief.
Gargoyle clear to taxi runway 36. Check altimeter. Hold short of runway. Gargoyle clear to taxi.
Hello, thrust vectoring. Even though we can't use them for vertical takeoff, our exhausts serve to improve the control response. They even allow us to retain a degree of control when the surfaces are barely functional due to low speed or high angle of attack. Modern Russian designs are also toying with horizontal thrust vectoring, for those dire times when you need to balance the plane on a needlepoint during an air show. Actually, it makes more sense for Russia to develop thrust vectoring because Russian carriers don't use catapults. They have a ski ramp, and the planes jump off it under their own power and hope that their thrust carries them away. Notice how much fuel we've got here. The F-22 carries about 3 times as much fuel as what we saw in the F-16, and I'm quite certain it can fly a few missions in the game without ever switching off the afterburner until the landing approach.
Unicorn flight, we show you at waypoint 1.
Server, area appears clean at this waypoint. Confirm.
Unicorn 1, clean picture at this time.
Roger. Tower, Gargoyle 1 and 2 for takeoff. Gargoyle, cleared for Sierra Hotel departure. Climb and maintain Angel 3. Switch departure 297.6. Gargoyle, clear for takeoff.
So, we're in the air, improbable as it might seem for a plane with so many angles and flat surfaces.
Gargoyle is airborne, passing 2.5. Unicorn flight also checking in. Starburst.
Even the exhausts are rectangular. Everything to make sure radar pulse bounces off the plane instead of sending reflections in every direction possible.
Roach, I gotta tell you, I hate these missions against SAMs more than anything else. I know what you mean. It's like deliberately asking to get shot at. I mean, that's what SAMs are for, right?
No comment.
Starburst, new contact. Single group, Rep Spartan 025. 23 miles, hits 11. Declare.
Unicorn 1, Starburst. Your group ref Spartan 025, 23 miles, 11,000. Fulcrum. Hostile. Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 1. Target is at bearing 270.
Starburst, contact. Single group. Declare.
your group. Fulcrums, hostile. Gargoyle, not sure us on target. Check your waypoints and destination.
Jump on flight. Bounce check and commit hard.
We're heading west here. Stay focused, man. Remember, fear is the mind killer.
Roger. Check you later.
Gargoyle to jackknife. Target area picture, please.
Gargoyle, picture's almost perfectly clean. Nothing to report.
Thanks. I just hope it stays that way.
Jump on 2. Tighten it up.
Finally, now I'm going to press left on the D-pad for our special function.
Airforce 1.
I'm in invisible mode. No, really. MCON stands for Emission Control and LPI on the HUD stands for Low Probability of Intercept. Gameplay-wise, the enemy can't see us until we are in visual range, and they can't use radar-guided missiles against us. The Sidewinder is the only missile that pops out before launch to see its target. Everything else, including the gun, stays hidden. Where is the gun? Oh. That's our old friend, Vulcan. Right. I believe the LPI on the HUD refers to our radar. The radar on the Raptor can operate in a special mode during which it rapidly changes its frequency so that all of its emitted pulses are different. Radar warning receivers are designed to react to being tracked by a steady uniform signal. The spastic emission from the F-22 will be discarded as noise. Even a dedicated electronic reconnaissance plane might have difficulty realizing a Raptor is in the area. Of course, the F-22 itself will know about any radar operating around it, seeing that the aerials of its radar warning receiver are spread all over the plane's body and can pinpoint the direction of incoming emissions with very high accuracy. Meanwhile, the plane itself remains difficult to detect thanks to its shape and the stealth coating absorbing some of the incoming radiation.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 2.
Okay, we're getting close. Fence in. Going in ground strike mode.
Target is at bearing 330.
Roger, Starburst. Gargoyle now vectoring back north-northwest.
Naturally, as we know from the previous millennia of warfare, the best way to sneak by the enemy is not to be where the enemy is looking for you, and the Raptor excels at that, seeing that the plane is not produced anymore. And it had so much top-secret crap shoved into it, they can't be exported. I wonder why we have boxes saying Raptor stashed behind the seat. Also, the projects for every single variant but this one have been scrapped, including a two-seater, a Navy variant, and all possible improvements to the bomb bay capacity. Also, the onboard oxygen generation system has earned quite a nasty reputation and led to the type getting grounded for months. Also, most if not all F-22 squadrons are deployed in the US of A, so the chances of the enemy, whoever they are, spotting a Raptor on their radar are basically nil. The F-22 project was shot down by its own creator Lockheed Martin when they announced they are making the F-35, which was going to have mostly the same features and be cheaper. At that point everyone looked at their prices and went, hey, why are we paying this for the Raptor when the next is going to cost only a third of that? Well, years later the answer was revealed to be because the initial asking price for the F-35 was made up and in no way indicative of the actual unit cost whatsoever, suckers.
Starburst, contact. Single group. Declare.
Gargoyle, your group. Fulcrums, hostile. Gargoyle 1, reconfirm your proper destination.
Are we still on the way there? Now, I shit you not, those very Fulcrums killed me twice in my first playthrough. They are very good at evading missiles in this scenario, and theirs hurt a lot. They are the reason I'm flying this entire mission in stealth mode. One of the downsides of using this mode in aimStrike is that it cuts your air-to-air radar range pretty much in half. And with every range in the game already downscaled, it means you get to lock onto targets barely outside the drawing distance. You can cheat, turn stealth off, get a lock, fire AMRAAMs and go back into stealth, but I don't have enough missiles to do that.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 3. Target is at bearing 045.
Copy, Vector to target, Starburst. It won't matter. They'll find me if I don't find them.
Cargo.
Okay, radar's got the launchers. I'm hitting in. Spike, Singer 13 at 12 o'clock.
Gargoyle 2, enemy units.
Gargoyle 1, that's our target. Leave them to us.
Damn it, it didn't release!
Sorry, button mix-up.
Tally 2 Vulcan launchers. We're committing.
Roger, Unicorn. You're cleared to engage.
Spike, Singer 13. They painted somebody.
Who keeps putting raiders on gophers?
Gargoyle, picking up that Raider signature again. Mud 19. You're being tracked by multiple units.
Copy, Jackknife. Appreciate the warning.
Yeah, this is all wonderful, but I'm bombing in full stealth. I'm using the small diameter bombs, also known as GBU-39, which are a newish development, GPS inertially guided bombs and roughly the same size as the ordinary 250-pounders. They are like compact JDAMs designed to be carried in bulk.
Gargoyle 1, Mud 13. You are 12 o'clock.
There's just one thing. This game was released after the contract for the SDBs was signed, but before any were made even for testing. The bay doors have to open for each launch and bomb release, which leads to a small delay.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 4.
Committing against ground target.
Hey, not fair, I'm invisible. I'd better not use the afterburner.
Gargoyle 1, great shot!
Right guys, I'm coming back.
Lock.
Gargoyle 1, target's at 3 o'clock.
The automatic release works even when you pull out of a dive.
I've got tone.
Cap, flare, 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 lock, cap, flare. Gargoyle, site is destroyed. Good work. Lock.
Thank you, Jackknife. We're clear otherwise?
Gargoyle, the rest of the picture is clean. Gargoyle, fire control radar signals near your position. Probably Mud 19. Advise extreme caution.
Roger, Jackknife. Thanks.
Yep, we're done.
Gargoyle 1, I'm too far from you. Heading there now.
But there's still a minute to kill. What should we do chilling deep in the enemy territory? Oh, I know, let's scare some fulcrums.
Lock.
Bet that'll be a surprise. Their radar warning shouldn't trigger until the missile is in terminal guidance stage.
Alright, nice kill.
Lock.
No, no one is coming to investigate what the hell happened to the forward air defense unit. I can see those guys. They're in visual range and still don't engage me.